Piers stood at the gate of the citadel of Tamar and peered into the night. "Why are you here?" the doorward asked. "The Elder Hospitlar's business," Piers answered shortly. "This is the High King's citadel." Piers nodded in agreement and shrugged his shoulders. "The great call, and the less answer. I would rather be sleeping." "Truth," the doorward said. The clatter of horse hoofs on the pavers announced Master Mage Laura Justus's arrival. She rode across the stone bridge before the citadel gates and dismounted. "I am here on the business of the Elder Hospitlar," she said. The doorward opened the lesser gate for her. "I've been waiting for you," Piers replied. "I'm to take you to your daughter." "First," Laura corrected, "take me to the throne room. I'm to collect Lorcris." The doorward started at her words, but Piers led her on through the gate before the doorward could challenge her. "To the throne room first," Piers agreed. "Cornelia." There comes at the door. "I assume you left the High King in, who is carrying a case. It is a wooden case that's about yay long, so wide, so deep. And he takes it over to the table and puts it on the table, opens it up, and inside lies cleaven deer and Lorcris. And he sits down, and should there not be a clock in the room, he at least knows what time it is, and takes the halo from his head and puts it on the table. And he says, "There is something you probably don't know. In fact, I don't think anyone besides me is alive to know now. But I think you would want to." On the night the dragon came and burned Eastside, you may have heard that it also came against the citadel, against me. It did. But there is more to the story. Servants woke me in terror. We could see the dragon breathing fire, fanning the flames of Eastside. Soon the entire city was in conflagration of the wind. I could hear the cries of people trying to escape the firestorm carried on that wind. It was a horror. I did not know what to do. And I am the High King. The High King. If anyone was to face the dragon, it should have been me. But what could I do? I'm no mage, no hospitlar, no paladin. But the city was burning. People were dying. I decided it was better to die trying to be the High King than to cower in the citadel. I went to the throne room and I took cleaven deer from the wall. I spoke to it then as I went out to challenge the dragon. I told it of the dragon. I told it of our need. The sword remained silent. Just a sword. I walked out onto the east bastion tower where Arlus's flitter is now. And I drew cleaven deer and brandished it and shouted my challenge into the night. Somehow the dragon heard me. Or it felt cleaven deer. I don't know. But it left Eastside and came over the river. Fire and smoke surrounded it. It was huge. It landed for a moment on the spire of the Capitol dome, but even there I could tell its gaze was on me, examining me like some spider it was about to crush. It roared its defiance in reply. With a great spout of flame, the dragon rose up into the air again and came against the citadel. It circled the Kingsmont once, and then it swept out over Tamar and over the river, and turning, it came straight at me in a rush, taking in a great breath. I stood there, like a fool. I did not even raise the sword. What was the point? The dragon came like a hurricane, every wing beat a stroke of thunder. It rose in the air over the bastion with open jaws and fire kindled in its mouth. Suddenly a man leapt in front of me, between me and the dragon. And his left hand was upraised as though to shield a blow, and his right hand reached back and touched cleaven deer. The dragon breathed fire. I cannot describe the sound, the force, the heat, but it did not burn me, burn us to ash. The citadel trembled beneath my feet at the blow of its breath, but we did not burn. As certain as I breathe, I felt that man call to Clevendir, and the sword answered. The sword of the realm answered his call. Power flowed from the sword to him and became a blazing blue-white shield before us, and the dragon breathed upon it. We stood in the midst of a roaring inferno, in the middle of a furnace, and it did not harm us. Then the dragon was gone, and the night was dark. The stones of the bastion beyond the shield glowed red, and your uncle, Duncan, turned to me and asked me if I was hurt. The Count of Sereno, Dardanelle, had done what I could not. He faced the dragon until it was forced to withdraw. What more the dragon might have done, I cannot say. I do not know. But your uncle saved us. He was a great man. You, Piers, escorts you to the throne room. I've described it a few times before. It is a big place. But when you enter, it is dark. The light that you see is a bluish white light. And you see on the far wall, by its light, a sword, 3 stones. And you see a dagger set in stone, also. It's pommel stone, shining.
Okay.
And
Presumably they're very bright to her mage sight.
Yeah.
It is-
She's a mage, right?
she is a
I
mage.
think she's the hospital for some reason. Okay, yeah.
They do, you can perceive the sword as a whole carries virtue. And there are 3 stones that give light, and the dagger also, you sense it has virtue, and a stone in the palm
And
of
the
it.
instructions were what?
To get Lorcris.
To get Lorcris?
Lorcris.
Specifically Lorcris.
Lorcris.
She did
To
not
take
say to get Clevendir.
Okay.
to take Covenant Breaker's Bane out of the block where the Kinned King put it 3 centuries ago.
It
And
was very recently taken out by.
She doesn't know that.
Actually, she would know that because she would know that Mayru fought.
she does not know that she knows. There is a question of how much she knows about the fine details. She was brought in to bury them all.
Yeah.
But that
It's more how much Mayru would have told her as her mother. Yes, so the instructions were to take it and to go to Mayru with it.
Great. I'm not going to be cut down for approaching.
the room is apparently empty at this time.
There's no guards with me.
Piers is with you. No guards are with you.
Okay.
Piers is a friend of the of Ellerina, who is now using. Effectively, he is a glorified janitor using his keys to permit you to get into the throne room at nighttime and take Lorcris.
This all feels very iffy. Fine, I will approach the stone.
You approach the stone. And there it is.
Oh, boy.
It is a long dagger embedded set into the stone. You can perceive the light coming from. Obviously, anybody can see the light coming off of it, and there is a general sense of virtue, which you have gotten off of many different objects that you have seen before. And you stand there.
Safe, but
Yeah.
yes.
You're standing there for a few moments, kind of
Yeah, a
thinking.
little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit. Right. Okay. I'll start. I say to it, I need your help to save my daughter. Please.
If you perceive no response, you go and take hold of it. You hear,
Yes.
you hear a response, but it's not from
Okay.
the dagger. It is from the main doors that you came through, opening up.
Oh no.
And you hear multiple feet, the feet of men, coming in. You've got your hand on the dagger.
Just a little.
And you hear a man who speaks with authority that's used to being obeyed, saying, "What are you doing there? Stop!"
I am. Who is it? Turn around. Who is it?
You turn around. Give me a recognition roll to see whether or not you.
Well, that doesn't work either. It's a 13.
I don't immediately recognize him.
Okay.
None of the people that have entered.
Put it down. That's a 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
None of the people that have entered look like they're. All the people that have entered look like this is the middle of the night.
Yep.
And
I've been asked to
it
come
says,
here by the Elder Hospitlar. I am on official, legit business.
"This is the citadel of the High King. The Elder Hospitlar does not have the authority to." What are? He comes forward. He has a sigil that he is wearing that indicates steward of the citadel. And the men with him are guards, armed. And he says, "What are you trying to do?"
This dagger helps those who need it. The Elder Hospitlar has a theory. This could help my daughter, who is dying on the other side of the citadel. So if you could just please let me try, that would be great. For now.
Ma'am, it's the middle of the night.
I understand that.
If you have a request, come in the morning when people are awake. Coming in the middle of the night makes you look like a thief.
I'm here.
Who should be aware that you're
The
here?
king, I said.
Oh, the High King knows that you're here trying to steal the dagger.
I'm not trying to steal the dagger. There have been calls.
The High King is asleep.
He's been talking to the Elder Hospitlar just as I have. He's not.
One moment. He touches his halo. I'm getting no response. I'm sorry. Please leave the dagger there. And if you leave of your own free will and come back in the morning, we'll just let this go. You are a master mage. I recognize the authority. We don't want to cause you undue difficulty. But this is the Citadel, and this is my responsibility. I can't let people coming in with the best of intentions walk off with the Sword of the Realm
Come
or
with me.
Lorcris.
Then come with me.
Right?
I will take this dagger,
No, you will not.
and you will come with me.
The dagger stays. Come back in the morning. It's only a few hours away.
She's dying. Presently.
Do you know how many people have died?
Oh, I'm well aware.
Then why haven't you been here to take this dagger and go save them as well?
Because it's a new idea.
I do not have clearance without the authority of the High King to let you do that. And the High King is asleep, as is the rest of this
Can you
city.
go confirm that? Please.
You can leave now and come back in the morning, and we will forget that this has happened. Or you can be taken in ward and wait until the morning, and then we'll let the High King judge. What is your will? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, all of them. Gallery. Yeah. You hear doorways open in the galleries overhead and can hear feet.
Can you call Hospitlar then?
You can call whoever you wish. You can leave now first,
Can we go see Mary?
I suppose. Actually, I'm really uncomfortable with her here right now. I would think that if this was being arranged by the High King, or with the permission of the High King, that the Elder Hospitlar would have made contact with appropriate individuals beforehand, and we would be informed that you were that you had permission to make off with relics of the realm.
Calling her, please.
Feel free. You can. He's like, time to go.
Yeah.
Are you not going?
I'm going and I'm on the phone.
Okay, that's fine. Out the door you go.
Mage Laura, what is happening?
They don't believe me.
Who is they?
The steward, the guards, they won't let me take it. He says my husband is asleep. He's not reachable. And that you didn't go through the proper authorities.
I went through all the ones that I could reach.
I'm walking out right now because it's either that or they arrest me and I maybe never see her again.
I'm very sorry. Stay at the gate. I will make more calls.
I should go to her.
I know. Ow. Will they not at least let you go sit with her?
Yes, you just said wait at the gate.
Well, will they let you stay inside and sit with her?
No, he doesn't want me here. He wants me to come back in the morning.
Then stay outside the gate. I will get you back in. And she will first try to call Carolyn unless you told her that you had left the Citadel.
I haven't told you that I left.
Okay,
So-
she was the one
You
she
get
was
a
talking
call.
to first.
You get a call.
But you could be sleeping, so.
I'm trying.
I was sleeping.
She's not to answer.
No.
I'm saying, she's calling the last person.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
left.
no, it's fine. Hello?
No.
She was asleep.
Who is this?
Lane's awake.
Wings awake
They were
now.
both dozing in the carriage.
Okay. Carolyn, what is happening with Mayroom?
She's dying. Arliss is with her.
Okay.
Why?
Because I'm trying to get her mother, Master Mage Laura, to her, but the guards are being uncooperative. I'm trying to find someone in the Citadel who can help and find out where the High King is. Have you seen him? Is he there with you?
No, I'm not in the Citadel anymore. And even if I was, I can't just contact the High King, Elder
Did he
Hospitlar.
come though?
Yeah, he was there before, and then he went to bed.
Okay.
You were there. I think the last time he was there.
Okay.
Lights are not toys.
Is Cornelia still there?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Get some rest then I'll come back to her.
Okay.
Thank you. She tries calling Cornelia.
Cornelia answers.
She is not asleep.
Just the person I wanted to talk to.
Okay, I'm trying to find out where the High King is.
He's here.
He's there?
Yeah, right. We're not doing a flashback or anything. Yeah, he's here. And we have Virginia and Lorcris. I need you to tell me everything about how they work.
Wait a minute. He is there. Is his halo turned off?
Yes.
That's why everyone thinks he is asleep. And you,
This is a really, I need information.
okay, I need you to hold for a second. No, it is very, very important. She temporarily holds or hangs up her.
You called me.
You were just in the throne room.
Yes.
Did you see the gleam of the dagger?
Yes.
Was the sword there?
Even here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
you
it is.
just saw them in the throne room.
Yes, there is.
Okay, you can,
Words.
the king is not asleep. The king is with Mayru. I will be back. There's somebody else now. She calls Cornelia back. Cornelia,
Yes.
I need you to not say anything, but the two weapons that you are looking at are not the authentic ones. Master Mage Laura was just in the throne room and she saw both of them.
So we are to assume the ones on display are the authentic ones if they're appear to be doubles?
You just said that out loud at the beginning of the room.
Should ask.
That's
Do you want to give me a
we're
minute
dead.
to ask some questions?
Sure.
Is this even the
Your
High King in the room? This is where we've got.
Your Majesty, so 2 o'clock in the morning. As you may have surmised, I have the Elder Hospitlar on the right.
Well, there goes
Wait,
the TV and
what?
your laptop.
Is there a state secret that you want me to?
Everything.
As you may have surmised, I have the Elder Hospitlar on the phone.
By the way, when I say the sword and Lorcris are there, when you look at these things, you see the equivalent of living cities of virtue, of Urim and Thummim. So when the Elder Hospitlar says, those aren't Quevendir and those aren't Lorcris, she's smoking.
No, we're good here. We're all fine here. I mean, maybe you've had a weapons malfunction, but
Rapidly, you're largely very dangerous. It's minutes to walk it down.
Something very strange is still going on here for them to be in both places.
well, they can't be.
Precisely.
But I really need to know how they work. I need you to tell me everything you know about how they work.
They are stones of fire. That is what is in them that makes them special. Otherwise, they're just a sword and a dagger.
What does that mean?
We know very little about stones of fire. They are holy light, perfection, the exact opposite of anything dark, a shadow. They have more power than a shadow. And therefore they do the beautiful version of what the shadow does the ugly version of. Shadows are the rebellious version. But they therefore judge the one that would use them. They are not neutral tools as just a regular sword.
How do they judge?
I have heard that they may speak to the one that seeks help from them. They serve the one true God. That matters.
What happens if they judge unfavorably?
They are a stone of fire.
Does that mean?
I have not seen it happen, but I would surmise that they would judge and, in some way, punish the one that is faithless.
How?
I don't know. They are virtues, therefore it would affect, when they work, they affect the virtue. Therefore, one who is touched by shadow, or particularly one that is in collusion with the shadow, would be contrary to them. I think Carolyn said you had a bad reaction earlier.
Something like that. So, touched by shadow,
Meaning that they've interacted with a shadow.
just interaction.
It depends on what the interaction is though, as in working with positive relationship. If I may ask, did you have any sense of interacting with the shadow?
Yes.
Did it talk to you?
Yes, it talks.
So it would be something similar, but it would matter what your response was to the shadow.
How do you use a sword to heal somebody, or a dagger, or?
It is not the weapon itself, it's the stone that is going to help.
Any other information, even if it seems,
Not that I can think of right now.
can they? So you said if someone's been touched by a shadow, the stone of fire knows that. What happens if somebody has touched a stone of fire? Would there be lingering effects?
I have never studied that to know. It could be. If my theory is correct, one who has been helped would have been changed in their virtue by it. It would likely change their interactions with shadows. Cornelia, I very much need to talk to the team. Would you please ask them to turn his halo on?
I want them to go to bed.
Thank you.
Maybe other, would you just call her at least?